was the last event of the men's team competition. We were battling neck and neck with the People's Republic of China. They were the current world champions in gymnastics. I was fifth up for the American team, and because of all those long, hard years, I was able to go up and do the very best high bar routine of my entire life. I landed my dismount, looked over, and had scored a perfect 10.0, and that clinched the first ever gold medal for the U.S. men's gymnastics team.
Tim Daggett gets a 10!
What a dogfight! I can't believe it.
They've got it now, guys.
I can remember waking up one morning, lying in bed and asking myself, okay, Tim, what do you want to accomplish today? And after a while, when I didn't come up with anything, I got a little concerned, because every morning that I had ever woken up prior to this, I knew exactly what I was going to do. And I knew I was going to do it with everything in my soul. And now I didn't even know what I was going to do after breakfast. So I made the decision that I wasn't done. I was going to continue on to my second Olympic Games. And as soon as I did that, the critics, once again, they came out of the woodwork saying everything from he'll never make it back to why does he even want to try? And you know what? They were right. It was hard, but I finally did make it back. And in 1986, I became the champion of the USA, this country's top gymnast. And I remember going home from that competition thinking to myself, okay, Tim, you're an Olympic champion and now the top gymnast in the U.S. again. I guess you really must have these keys to success down. Things ought to get a heck of a lot easier from here on out. After the first day of competition, I was doing better than even I dreamed possible. In the top 10 in the all-round, and on 2 different events, I had a good shot to win my first ever World Championship medal. I was finally ready for that first event. I had that medal opportunity on, vaulting. I can remember stepping up to the podium, saluting the judge, looking right in his eyes, knowing that this was going to be my ultimate triumph. I ran down the runway, hit the board, and I think I flew farther and higher than I've ever flown before. But once again, in the air, I got a little bit crooked, came down a little bit wrong, and upon impact completely shattered both the bones in my left leg, severing an artery, losing over 5.5 pints of blood, and requiring 5 different emergency operations. I can remember most vividly landing my vault and hearing what sounded like a rifle shot. I looked down to my leg and I saw my tibia sticking about 6 inches straight out. And my first reaction was, my God, I've got to grab it before it comes through the skin. I was rushed to the hospital, and I realized I had a very serious injury, but the doctors were running around in hysterics. One of them came over to me and said, Tim, you're going to have to be operated on immediately. I looked over to my trainer, Jack Rockwell, who was along with me, and I said, Jack, don't let them cut me over here. I'll be flown home and do it in the States if it's necessary. Well, this doctor, he understood what I said, and he replied, well then, my son, you will lose your leg. So obviously I reconsidered. One day, still during my recovery, I was in my apartment in Los Angeles, hobbled over on crutches to my bookshelf to grab something to read, looked up, and saw my gymnastics journal. Something said, Tim, stay away, quick. You're retired now and much better off. But I was drawn to it. I picked it up, brought it over to my couch, sat down, opened it up, and I guess I knew what I was going to read. Ever since I was a little boy, I kept this journal to aid me in my training, and on the inside cover, I've always kept the same quotation. A quotation I've tried to live by. It says, if you give up your dream, you'll die. And even though I had been through so much pain, devastation, tremendous unknown, there was still one thing that I could always do. One thing that no one or nothing could ever take away from me. I could still dream. And that meant that I could still try. Sure, for a while I was pretty upset, wondering if all my critics were right. But you know what I did? I had the opportunity to go to some of the people who I looked up to, my heroes, and I asked them about their careers. Each one of them had their own personal horror story for me. I couldn't believe it. Maybe because of the way society had conditioned my mind since I was a little boy. It said, Tim Daggett, work hard and you'll be successful. It's as easy as that. Well, I'm here to tell you folks, hopefully remind you that that is a lie. And you know it's a lie because they are forgetting some things. And they are mighty big things. You got to work hard in this life and struggle. Work hard some more, actually get knocked down, get back up again, and start running. Sometimes you have to be a little bit dumb to adversity. You have to make a leap of faith into your dreams. The thing you need to remember is the people you look up to, your heroes. They've struggled and failed as well.